Welcome to another episode of Yummzy Recipes. Today we're going to be making satay aubergines. So we'll have to keep it overnight, we'll have to add salt, we'll have to do this and that. No, we don't. Actually, this recipe is so easy. The longest part of it is just simmering or steaming the aubergines. So let's go to the kitchen and get started. But before we do that, I have a few things to discuss with you regarding allergens and so on. This recipe does use peanuts, hence the word satay. And you just need to be cautious in case anyone is going to have a peanut allergy from those enjoying it. Because the peanut is actually peanut butter, which means it will not look like real peanuts, it's just going to look like butter. If they have a peanut allergy, of course, you can always use another kind of nut butter. I'm not sure how the taste would be because we always eat it with peanut butter. But yes, just try it with the peanut butter if no allergies. The other allergen we're using here is soya sauce. Now, soya sauce can also contain things like non-vegan ingredients, but all you need to do is just check the ingredients, check it's just soya you need to worry about, and just make sure everybody is okay with that. And the third and final ingredient that we are using, but this one is optional, so you don't need to use it, is sesame seeds. Now, sesame seeds are used a lot in East Asian cuisine, but in this case, if you want to skip the sesame seeds, that's still okay. It will taste just as good, but the sesame seeds give it an extra edge. So let's get started. We'll get cooking aubergine satay aubergine, and we hope you'll enjoy it. We'll try it together in the end. Let's go to the kitchen. So the first thing I will do is try to break the peanut with the oil and the vinegar, the rice vinegar, the soya sauce, and a little bit of stevia and a little bit of boiling water. So all we're doing here with the baby aubergines is cutting them up and halving them. Now, we don't need to leave this overnight or do anything else with it because we are going to steam it, and that will help with the texture and the taste. Usually whenever I read in the ingredients baby aubergines, I kind of panic because they involve a lot of work, and sometimes they involve stuffing and coring and God knows what. In this case, it's so easy. We just do this, half it and steam it, and we're almost ready to go. And this is now ready for steaming. So we have simmering water, and we're just going to put the halved baby aubergines into it. Does it matter which way? I'm sure some professional chef out there will say yes it does, but in our case I've always just put it whichever way I could. I prefer to keep the skin lower just because the skin kind of protects the inside. But again, if anybody has any views on this or any knowledge on this, drop us a comment below, and hey, we will credit you next time we're doing something along those lines. Now this is gonna stay here for 15 minutes, and I've already set my alarm. In 15 minutes, which you don't have to wait for, we will come back and deal with it. So this is what it looks like after 15 minutes. All I'm going to do now is simply put them next to each other. Guys, I have a confession to make. This is actually double the recipe you're seeing at the bottom. For the next step, we are going to basically drizzle the sauce that we prepared. If you remembered, we did this at the beginning. If it's too thick, you'll need to add a little bit more water. I'm happy with this consistency. Well, maybe just a little splash of water. So the consistency needs to be like a sauce, but at the same time, it needs to have a bit of fluidity in it. And of course it needs to be enough for the quantity you're making. So always scoop from the bottom so you don't miss out on the chilies and all the great things we added. Now I'm just sprinkling the onions. Now I did say finely chopped, and I'm not the best person at finely chopping things, so they are a little bit big compared to how I would like them. But hey, big onions for an onion lover like me is not a problem. Just for your recipe, make sure you finely chop it. That way it's nicely distributed and it looks good and everything. And last but not least, I'm going to sprinkle some of the sesame. Satay aubergines. Now, I haven't tried this yet, guys, but from the smell, I think this is going to be one of my favorite recipes. So just give me a few seconds while I try it and confirm. Wow. Now, what would I do different if I was going to do it again? And only for myself, not for all our guests. I like spicy food, so I would have definitely added a little bit more chili, a little bit more of the chili oil, or even just right straight off fresh chili and cut it up. I think another thing I would have added to it would have been crushed peanuts. I know we have peanut butter, but crushed peanuts would have added that little extra crunch in the texture. However, this is so good, I'm gonna go enjoy it, and I'm not sharing with anyone today. Enjoy, guys, and let me know how yours was done.